Once upon a time, there was a young man named Leo. He lived a life that many would envy. A decent job, a cozy apartment, and a handful of good friends. But Leo was consumed by a nagging sense of dissatisfaction. His thoughts were a constant reel of what he didn't have. He yearned for the sprawling houses he saw in magazines, the sleek sports cars that zoomed past him on the highway, and the adventurous, globe-trotting life he scrolled through on social media. His persistent longing left him feeling empty, as if his life were a glass half empty, no matter how much was actually in it. One crisp autumn afternoon, while sitting on a park bench grumbling about his small apartment, he met an elderly woman named Elara. Her face was a roadmap of wrinkles, but her eyes held a peaceful joy that seemed to light up the world around her. They struck up a conversation, and Leo, as was his habit, began to complain. Elara listened with a gentle patience, her gaze fixed on a little bird hopping merrily on a branch. "I used to feel that way," she said softly when he finished his litany of woes. "I wanted so much more than I had. But then I lost my home in a fire and realized how much I had taken for granted: a solid roof over my head, a warm bed, the simple taste of a home-cooked meal." Elara's words were a quiet jolt to Leo. She had so little, yet she radiated a contentment he had never felt. He began to seek her out at the park, and she taught him a simple practice. Every day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. Reluctantly, Leo started. The first few days, his list was short and a bit cynical. "My couch," he wrote. "My coffee maker." But as he continued, a subtle shift began to occur. He started to truly notice the small, wonderful things he had overlooked: the way the sun warmed his face, the comfort of his favorite old sweater, the sound of his friends' laughter. His small apartment no longer felt like a cage, but a cozy sanctuary. His old car was no longer a symbol of what he lacked, but a reliable chariot that took him to the places and people he loved. As Leo's gratitude grew, so did his happiness. The constant ache of wanting more began to fade, replaced by a deep sense of peace. He discovered that true contentment wasn't found in acquiring new things, but in appreciating what he already had. He learned that happiness isn't a destination you arrive at, but a journey you take by focusing on the abundance that already exists in your life. The moral of the story is, gratitude brings happiness. When you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, you open the door to a richer, more fulfilling life.